welcome back to Java. Today we are going to be using NetBeans and we are going to do some calculations within Java. So please stay on, don't forget to subscribe to the channel Technical Alphas. So first and foremost, we are going to start a new project with NetBeans. We are going to do simply calculations with Java. And here you come, you name your project. For example, we are going to say addition. Let's add some stuff, then we finish. We are going to use NetBeans, so you have to make sure NetBeans is installed and Java is also installed on your PC. So let's continue. What do you know about Java? Java is an object-oriented programming language. So everything we are going to be dealing with objects, classes, methods. We'll get into that later on, but for now let us start with simple Java for beginners. So our class has been created and it's called adding up here. And all our code is going to be written within this comment section, as you see here. So the first and foremost thing we are going to do, we are going to declare variables. Like you can comment and say declare variables. Now we're going to have like two variables we're going to declare. They're going to carry some values, then the third variable will add them together and see the outcome. So the first variable will be an integer. They will both be integers. We'll have integer A and integer B and integer C. Okay? Then we can terminate. We have declared our variables. So let us give values to these variables. Let's say A is equal to 5. We terminate. Then say B is equal to something like say like 6. And C is going to be A plus B. Okay? C will be equal to A plus B. So at the end of it all, we'll get the product or the sum of these values. So if you want to print this on the screen, we'll have to say system.out.print line, then open braces, then we say C. Now we are going to print the value of C. Remember, C is A plus B. So if we come up here and run this, you'll see the answer has to be 11 because 5 plus 6 is 11. Okay? Now it's taking some time. Let's see. Here you see it's 11 down here. 11 is here. So our program has run and has been successful. Our answer is 11. But 11 what? Here you don't know what the 11 stands for. So you come back up here. Instead of just saying C, remove C, open up some quotes, say the sum is, then some space, then come outside, plus C. Now we are adding the value of C. Whatever value C will be carrying will be added. So if you run again here, if you run this here, you see down here it will be saying the sum is 11. So the sum of A and B is 11. So this is how you run a simple program of addition with Java. So you can also change this and say like C is equal to A minus B. If we still run this, it will give you that the sum is -1. If we multiply this and then run again, and then run this program again, it will still tell you that the sum is 30. So it's about the operator you're using. For example, if we say that we divide and then we run this program again, it will give you that the sum is 0. Why? 5 divided by 6, it's impossible, isn't it? You can't divide 5 by 6. At least someone will miss. So this is how you can run a simple Java program Hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Technical Alphas. Shalom. Yes, now in this video we are going to do this very project but using the scanner input. We have to use to allow the user to input data, because remember in this case A has been 5 and B has been 6 and C has been A divided by B. So in this case we don't know the user input. Let us do another project allowing what? Allowing user input. So what we'll have to do, come back here. Let's remove all this. All these comments. And let us come here. So the first thing we'll have to do in order to allow user input, we'll have to import what we call a scanner. So you say import java.util.scanner. Then we terminate. Now this scanner, the scanner has to have a capital S for it to be working, not a small s, okay? Now this space is for nothing. Then we come back here. So what the first thing we have to do inside our class is to name the scanner. So we say scanner, then we give it a name. For example, I'll call it input equals new scanner, open up, system.in, come outside, then terminate. This is right, but the problem is I've used small s, that's why it's showing an error. So it has to be capital S, then system also capital S. Now there's no more error. So our next thing we have to do is declare our variables we are going to be using. We are going to do a system that's going to add, that's going to divide, that's going to multiply, and that's going to show modulus. So let us declare our variables. Our first variable will be integer A and integer B. Those are our variables. The second one will have sum. Well, after adding A and B, we have to get the sum. We have to subtract. Okay? So we have sum double. Double means we are going to have points. We can have points in our answers. So if we divide, we expect points, reminders, and even the modulus. Let us just call it mod. What else? What's missing? We are going to add, subtract, divide, multiply. Let's just call it mult. We terminate. So these are our variables we are going to use in all our system. We are going to add, subtract, divide, get the modulus, then multiply. Modulus means after dividing two numbers, the remainder is what we call the modulus. So don't get confused with what we call modulus. So the first thing we have to allow user input. The user has to know, at this time I have to do what? I have to enter such and such a number. So what the user will have, you have to print on the screen something saying that enter the number. So you say system, you enter say system dot out dot print line. So we tell the user to enter first number. Okay, then after doing this, come back here. Then which number are they entering? We say we are entering number A. Then you say input the name of our scanner dot next. our a was given a data type of integer, so we have to say next int. Then you come here and terminate. So here this will allow the user to input the what? To input the value for a. So we copy this for b, control copy, enter, control paste. We change this to b, and then here we say enter second number. So if I run this project, you see what it will be prompting. Here it has said enter first number, enter like 5, then press enter. To tell me enter second number, say like 7, then I press enter, then it will close. But remember, I have to add these two, I have to multiply them, then I get the values. So that's just the what? The beginning. The next thing I have to do is now come to the sum. Here I will say sum is equal to a plus b. Then let us say, let me comment here, initialize, a sum is equal to a plus b, sub is equal to a minus b, terminate, then div is equal to a divided by b, terminate, then mod is equal to a percentage b, terminate, then lastly is mult, which is multiplication, is equal to a multiplied by b, we terminate. So we've already initialized these ones, so let's print them out. So we say system.out.print line. We are first going to deal with the sum. So we are going to say the sum is, then come out and say plus sum. I hope you remember this in our previous video. So let's copy this and paste this for all the other variables. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the second one, third, fourth, lastly the fifth. So we'll be changing the values here. We say now the subtraction is, then it's a plus the variable sum, then come and say the division is, then we say plus div, then say the modulus is, then we add plus mod, then lastly we say the product, which is the multiplication, the product is, then plus mult. So after finishing all this, we can come back and run our program and see how it will be working. So it will say enter first number will enter something like 8, press enter. Second number enter something like 5. If we press enter again, you see from here the sum is 13, the subtraction is 3, the division is 1.0, and then the modulus is 3.0, then the product is 40.0. Why is it putting 0.0? It's because I declared it as double here. Then it will be dealing with the points. But these integers deals with only and only whole numbers. So thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Technical Alphas. See you in the next video.